The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the skies from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Yes. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Brazil Menin, one perfect balance. Greetings, family, and welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct, and if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Yes, believe it or not, tonight again is, Friday the 28th of February. I don't know who's paying attention, but I cannot believe this happened already. Yeah, there you go. So it's the 28th of February, which means that this is officially the end of this month, what they call February 28-day cycle. It's not a leap year, so no, you will not be getting no extra day to work or pay. I don't know how to work it out. Nevertheless, man, oh man, oh man. Oh no. So much has happened in this month. Went to a transitional service this morning. The young brother, Ramon Power, may he rest and rise in power, equally so. And it was quite, I don't even know what to say. It was beyond anything I could imagine. A range of emotions, of course, like any transitional service, but the support from the youth and the well-wishers and you know, that was most outstanding. So, you know, I just want to, you know, thank everyone, me personally, that was able to share in that experience. Yeah. This thing called life, family. This thing called life. I don't even think we grasp it. You know, for a parent to bury they offspring. I mean, you expect offspring, your children, to be the ones that plant you and return you to the essence. But as a parent, when that is reversed, and the parent is now the one that has to plant and transition their own offspring, that, you know, to me that seems like in reverse. I can't imagine what that is like. And so, you know, more strength goes out to the family, his mother and his father. Coolio had a song a while ago. It said, "I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die." And I could fully get that. And don't want to be pushed. And I know his mother and father pushed for him to be as best he can be. And he went through his little patches and whatnot. But I watched that young man grow to become so much more, you know, based on the ability to eventually recognize that those who was guiding him, those that was counseling him, those that were, you know, were advising him, meant well for him. And so, you know, when he started to take on that counsel, take on that advice, is when he started to grow even more. And you know, the people that was there today, clear testimony of the growth he had achieved in, you know, in the years prior to him transitioning. So, you know, continue to be patient with your children. Don't give up on them, but find ways for them to recognize the wisdom that you share so that they perhaps can avoid certain traps in life. You know, how do you indoctrinate the people? Well, misdirection. You know, there's an old saying Granny used to say, when the blind following the blind, when they're both lost. And I find that a lot of our youth are lost in so many different ways, not even funny. That's based on the indoctrination of a system that they basically born into, and the neglect of the parents and the inability in most cases of some parents, and the fact that they themselves have been indoctrinated, that they don't teach the children, they don't give the youth the tools they need to succeed in this thing called life. Well, it depends on your culture, quite frankly, because there's some cultures that are so advanced, you wonder, man, you don't even have to wonder. They're so advanced, You don't have to wonder. You can clearly recognize that your youths, yeah, they've been indoctrinated. They've been indoctrinated to fail, and they repeatedly do it all day, every day, with no sign of remorse or even attempt to change that. You know what I mean? So they go on and on and on, this spiral backwards, and it's like all you could do is just be patient, strategize, and find a way, because they have no idea the dangers that are lurking. And it's just, sad. All you could say is sad. Like, the whole idea is to lose at least 2 generations. That's their plan. And clearly they're starting with this one. So we who know have a great task and a responsibility to not only enlighten the adults, but more importantly, the children, because they're the ones that's next. They're the ones that are going to pick up this baton and run with it. And so because of the system that's in place, the mechanism that's in place, they're most likely to fail because the mechanism is designed for them to fail. And the thing is, they buy into it hook, line, and sinker. Now, that phrase, hook, line, and sinker, may not even resonate with the average youth. That's how serious these threats are. They don't even know that they're in danger. So the adults who see, we have a responsibility to teach differently, so I wrote that question: how do we indoctrinate the people? So the question is, how do we indoctrinate the people? Now, as usual, Friday nights is call-in night, but y'all be scared to death. Y'all been indoctrinated to be scared to death. I ain't coming on there because I want a boy hear my voice. I ain't want nobody know I watching this program, so I ain't saying a word. Not me, Emmanuel. You look, I met a lady today. Maybe I won't say that in detail. Yeah, I just wanna. I may never see her again. I don't even know who she is. I don't know. A lady came up to me today and shared a testimony with me. Never seen in my life before. And that action isn't strange to me, but it was what she said. We don't have a clue who, you got people who watch you for different reasons. You got people who watch you, can't wait to see you fall, and just hoping that you fall, but even throw a brick in your way if you ain't looking, just so you could fall. You got folks that, watch you, and applaud you quietly, hoping that you can rise and be successful. You got people watching you that your actions, what you do, might cause them to change their life. A simple thing you might do might cause them to change their entire life. And that, and the thing is, you're not even thinking about this. You're just going about your daily as per usual. And then you got folks, man, you got to be that so close to you that you got to be very mindful. I think the psalmist David said, had it been an enemy, I could understand, had it been somebody who don't like me, I could probably, run and hide from them when they don't see me, so I out their way. But when it's somebody that is close to you, you got to start thinking, man, because you impact people. So you got to be mindful of that what you do have an impact on everybody other than you. And take responsibility, because as much as you may not, the Bible says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. You got to be mindful. This lady came up to me today and gave me a testimony of her experience with me, complete stranger, on a spiritual realm, not even in the physical, that impacted her life so much that it saved her. And I'm thinking, man, all because I went to Mr. Young Power transition. Life is like that, family. This thing, indoctrination, and how our people have been conditioned to not recognize their power, not recognize their brilliancy, not recognize the youth, not recognize how much they are so valuable to the existence of life. They just go through life at this stage now, trapped in cyborg space for the most part, the internet, the whole thing, and the influence of that and the pressure of that. and therefore don't recognize that that's not even the real world. Like that don't even really exist. That is the sole purpose for that is to trap you. It's like put in a, you know, those lobster traps, you put the ability to wire and drop it in the sea. It's usually empty. And, you know, for some reason, lobsters crawl into this trap and then get trapped and then can't get out. The whole point of it is to trap you. You know, they give you everything you need to capture your attention, which is your mind, your mindset. And once they capture your mindset, they're not giving it back. They'll feed you and feed you and feed you till you actually plug yourself in with a USB cable to your own monitor. And there's technology for that. You know, the whole chip under the skin, the whole lens, that's the contact lens that's now an LED screen. You don't even need a phone anymore. You just put this lens in your eye, and through motions with your eye, you can scroll with your eye, you can take pictures. Like, it's coming. You don't need a device anymore. You can literally just plug in and lay down and just, you know, live in the virtual reality. You ain't got to leave home. You can, you know, you could fake farm, you could fake buy stuff, fake buy cars and build these homes and just live in them in an artificial world. Roblox, whatever they call it. So our children have this false concept that there's a world inside this system that they can live in and be whatever they want to be. They don't have to be real in this reality. The art of indoctrination. How do you indoctrinate the people? Simple. You strip them of their value, of their identity, and you feed them a fantasy. Shout out to Jackie, man. Greetings to you, family. Greetings. Empress, I see you too. Greetings to you too. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. Politically incorrect, up and running. I got a few things I'm gonna share tonight. Let me make sure the phone is turned on in case somebody actually does have the courage to call in and actually put me on the spot, because I know I say you ain't gonna call in, but I know there's a few people who would definitely call in. I know Mr. Young ain't scared. I know my brother Big Pain in the building ain't scared. I know my brother, who else was out there? Noel, he used to call, man. But Noel been missing in action lately. I don't know where Noel is at. Where in the world is Noel? Yeah, I have to call Carmen San Diego to look for Noel, man. Let me turn this on. I'm not finding the program. Hold on. Nope. Not. See? I'm telling you, sometimes I can't even find my own live while I'm on the live. Like, it don't even. You know what, man? I just going. Okay, let's see if I do it correct. Did I do that correct? I hope so. Let's see. Okay, I found it. All right, found it. That's how it be, man. That's how it be sometimes, family. That's how it be. Indoctrination, man. It's just being aware. A lot's going on in the government right now. Bridgestone Initiative, you know, and it's just what it is. A lot of conversations being held. Let me say this, family. We have been indoctrinated as a people to be beggars, relying on some form of aid, relying on aid from some higher authority or some higher source, when in reality, I'm shifting the lights, touched the wrong button. When in reality, you know, show me a people who have successfully aided themselves out of a crisis. You know, we got to start looking at how we can build for ourselves by empowering ourselves, but more importantly, empowering the youth, giving the youth the tools they need as early as possible to recognize their own value and therefore take it to another level. But in order to do that successfully, we have to unlearn or help them to unlearn or unravel a lot of the indoctrination that has already taken root. Like a vine is taking root. And what a vine will do on a tree is it'll wrap itself around the host as if it just, you know, nonchalantly just accentuating the tree. Slowly but surely, the vine starts to sap the nourishments from the tree, becoming bigger and bigger and stronger, and eventually it stifles and suffocates the actual tree. Therefore, then it sustains itself off the life of the host. We got to save our young people, man, from being stifled by this internet vying and social media vying and the idea that they exist in this virtual space that give them somehow a level of a credibility or some value, that they seem not to have in the real world. It perhaps fills the gap of insecurities, which we need to look at. Shout out to the family all the way in the north, man. Peace to you two, family. Greetings to the matriarch all the way in UK. Shout out to the UK family. Y'all already know. Greetings. Maria, we see you too. Greetings to you. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. Be up and running. Shout out to the family in next door, Yaramin. Big up yourself. You got to give me a call first, Light King, urgently, for sure. Shout out, family. Rastafari, brethren. Tonight is that night. Sean, we see you too. We see you. Sometimes you try, but sometimes it never appreciated. Man, we can't give up on the youth. We're going to keep trying. Well, we ain't trying. We have to do it. We have to find a way to do it. There's no trying in this. There's really no option. Failure is not even an option. We going to try this way. That don't work. We're going to try another way. We're going to keep doing what we have to do until we get it done. We are committed to this. Shout out to the family. And Ken, son, I see you, my brother. Shout out to all the family over there in Vincy land. For sure. Love St. Vincent, man. My other home. Long time I don't see you, brother. We got to catch up for sure. Thelma, I see you too. Greetings to you and everyone watching as well. Pedro in the building. Well, y'all already know, family. It's that kind of night. So let me taxi on the runway and take this flight off. I got some stuff I want to share with you tonight. So stick around. And like I said, we're opening the phone lines, and we're going to have some conversation tonight. But as usual, for those who observe today as a sacred day, I greet you in Shabbat Shalom. Greetings to you. Assalamu alaikum for those in the Islamic faith. Peace. Peace to all the Moors, Maroons. I see y'all. Ashe, Hotep, the conscious community. Kidamari, to the brethren and the sister, y'all already know. And to everyone else who's tuning in, regardless of what is your conviction of faith, love, light. You know what I'm saying? Pure love and pure light. And, that's what it is, man. The brother is saying the internet supplies endorphins for the brain, also the video games. Yeah, but, endorphins, I don't even think the youth, we hear these words, or do they understand what it really is? Do they get it? The brother's saying the metaverse, this is all true. But can I tell you something about the metaverse and these endorphins? What we don't realize in life is that anything you desire to have, you already have. You don't actually want that which you desire, you already have it. What you want is the feeling that you will have after you get that thing. So you don't really want that thing, you want the feeling. But the thing is, you already have that feeling because hence you want that thing, because the feeling is going to come with it. So since you know the feeling, you already could generate that. Why not just skip the having, get to the feeling, and realize that whatever you're looking to have, what are you looking to get, whatever you're looking to accomplish in that sense, you already possess it. You literally already possess it. So the illusion is that you got to do all this stuff to acquire something that you already have. So you're feeding a part of you, which is funny because you have the ability to create that feeling already. And learning that science, understanding that that'll help us get past. I heard somebody say today that we got to change the government. We got to get rid of Mia Montley, and because she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. They had I actually listen. I don't normally entertain these kind of conversations, to be very honest with you. I really don't. But I listen. I listen, and get rid of me. Okay, so guess what? And then what? Man, put somebody else. Okay, but we have been going back and forth with this from 66. Well, before that, but we won't even discuss that part. Why is it that we feel we need someone to tell you what to do so you would know what to do? You telling me you can't think of what to do and just go do it? You can't get yourself and a few other people, a few good men and a few good women, and just do the works? Just do the work? Like, why is it that we feel that we got to keep trying to tear down one government to put another, well, let me phrase that. Tear down one administration to put in another administration to only in a matter of years take them back down again and do the same thing all over, recycle, rinse, repeat. Why can't we as a people again recognize that everything we asking these ministers to do for us, we have the capacity to do for ourselves? Have you been indoctrinated so much? How do you indoctrinate the people? You get them to believe by broadcasting certain information over and over and over. You get them to buy into the idea that what you have been selling is the right product to buy, whether one or the other. My thing is this: if we don't recognize, right, that we need to be able to sustain ourselves by doing for ourselves, we will always be with our hands out, begging. We might as well go live in the metaverse. Elder, we might as well go live in the metaverse. I mean, who you kidding, man? We have been diluted to not know how strong we are. I love that one, man. I'm telling you, man. We have been diluted. It's funny because the word dilute, is quite interesting. Because when you loot something, you take from it by force. We have been diluted, man, to not know how strong we are. And as adults, we pass this on to the children. So we see the society with a lot of children who seemingly seem to be weak. The only thing they could do is hate each other. And we wonder where they get it from. They get it from the parents. Parents, man. Bottom line. They get it from their parents. They get it from the society. They don't see black people showing symbols of strength, representing, standing up for the rights. And children know exactly what's going on. They see the rights and wrongs, but they don't see people standing up. Braveheart men. Speaking of Braveheart men, I want to give a round of applause, special round of applause to the taxi men in Barbados. Shout out to all the taxi men. Yes. Well, not all. Let me phrase that. Not all. But those brave taxi men that yesterday refuse to carry around those individuals who came here on that special ship, all 12 or 13 or 14 or 1,500 of them, on that special love boat. Yeah, I said it. On that special love boat, who refused to take them around the place, all for $1. Now, keep your money, homie. We not into that. You feel me? We not into that. So definitely big shout to the taxi men that said no to the $1. Oh man, that is crazy. I mean, a friend of, what is it? What is the famous barrel? Wait, hold up. What is the famous thing again? Pedro, greetings, Pedro. Social engineered, of course it is social engineer. Pedro, what is that famous barrel quote that most politicians end up saying all the time, man? Kenson, I see you. We haven't spoken in a minute for real, man, and I'm always in St. Vincent, which is crazy. So we got to connect next time I come forward, man, so we can reason. Might even do a little interview, see what's up with you lately, what's been going on in my sister country. That's right. Don't worry. Who know me know I always have the youth back. For sure. I know that's a fact, family. You continue to do the works. All we can do is have faith that all works and the seeds we plant will somehow germinate and bring forth fruit in due season, man. We'll never give up on our youth. Never, man. When your child learns to walk, you follow them while they get steady on their feet. That's a fact. I love it, man. I love it. That's the facts, man. That's a fact, man. Good evening to you too, brethren. Blessed love to each and every one. I see you. Visual images trigger pleasure-seeking centers. Yeah. Facts. See you, Jackie. When your child learns to walk, you follow them till they steady on their feet. This would make you believe you need to hold on to the sides, and that it will keep you safe. This world makes you believe you need to hold on to the sides, that it will keep you safe. Well, guess what? We who adults know that the world don't keep you safe one bit. In fact, they toss you onto the bus the first chance they get. The first chance they get, they put you on. They get rid of you quick. Greetings and salutations, man. Greetings. It's where the soul of our kids reside. That's right. That's right. The mirror image. He said, not the mirror image one. He said, friends of, what is it? Friends of all and friends of all and satellites of none. Somebody just said it. I heard you. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, yeah. Friends of all and satellites to none. Man, I'm not. I mean, again, I don't know. Friends of all. We cannot be friends of all. That's just a reality. We can't be. Not even God is a friend of all. You know what I mean? Maybe a pleasant friend and in time of trouble, but he's not a friend of all. There's a lot of folks in that book who could give a testimony that he wasn't their friend. Children getting caught up in the matrix, man. It's a fact. Trust no one. Friends of all, satellites of none. That's right. Thank you. Satellites of none. That's right. But here's the thing, though. I met some brave taxi men. I gotta listen.
Real news for the people in real time.
I got to shout the taxi man for real, man. Look, I heard it got so bad that they actually had to send transport board buses to take these people around, which I have an issue with because people always complain that the bus is late, the buses don't come, buses be missing. But transport board, I wonder who instructed the transport board to send the transport board buses into the port to pick up a bunch of, I'm politically incorrect, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing because let me see, what's the right word to use? Because I got it. Because I ain't sure if it's confusion or delusional or indoctrinated differently, whatever you call it, it don't matter because everybody seemingly now have a right to say what they want to say, except someone who want to speak their truth. So anybody who could wave this rainbow flag could speak freely about what they like and don't like. But anybody else who don't have a flag, like as if the flag give you the right to say what you have to say, but you can't say nothing if you ain't got a flag. My flag right there. Look, my flag, wait, right there. That's my flag. My point is, I waving my flag. My flag tell me that ain't my thing, so that ain't my thing. But how could the transport board send buses to shuttle these tourists, these individuals who came to the island on their love boat, when people in the bus terminal got to wait for hours to get a bus? Just questions, family. Just questions. So again, I gotta show the taxi man that said, nah, we ain't about that, man. Not about here. I ain't know what memo they got, man, but Barbados is not that kind of place. Ain't nobody got no problem with you doing whatever you want to do. That's just too many do's in that sentence. Do. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Simple. That ain't no problem. Just don't do it wrong certain people. We ain't about that. That's your business. But when you go and get transport board buses, now if I'm incorrect, somebody call and correct me. In fact, let me put the number up on the screen so you can't say ducking. Look at number on the screen. For those who want to call in, oh, by the way, I tell people call in the number on the screen. Yeah. Anyhow, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Usually don't hold me to that time. That depends on what time zone I'm in. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You can support the program by sending a little package to PayPal, a little ducats, a little Benjamin or two. And the number to call is 246-838-8253. Feel free. But when I could do whatever I want to do what I want to do when the thing. Just not about here. Straight. In fact, it was so critical that I was told that they were given instructions. Do not do this and do not do that in public. it might be detrimental to some degree. Indoctrination, family. Indoctrination. Friends of all, and I just saw it. Satellites to none. We cannot be friends to everyone. Because any government that's a friend to everyone is not loyal to their people. The administrators are not loyal to the people of this nation, and that's why we find ourselves in this position, because we rely on them to make decisions, administrative decisions for the whole, and in reality, they don't work for the whole. They don't work for the whole. In fact, the whole has very few people at the position where governing on their behalf. Think of it as a tier system. You have the plantocracy at the top. You have the representatives of the plantocracy below them. Let me rephrase that. You have the church at the top. Yeah, believe it or not. You have the plantocracy somehow below that. You have the administrators of the plantocracy below that. You have the security forces of the administrators that protect the plantocracy and the church below that. Then you have individuals, I think I skipped a phase. You have the upper class society below the below the security forces, because like I said, the plantocracy is a different class. That's a whole different class. So then you got the upper, middle, and lower class. All of them fall below the security forces. So they know who and who not. But the security forces always enforce from the bottom of the barrel. They might eventually spill into the middle sometimes, and 1 or 2 times they go to the upper. Who they can't touch is who's above them. Unless those above throw somebody out. Like recently, you see a few ministers facing and a few lawyers facing some charges, but you know that they got kicked out the house. That's all it is. Found themselves in the field, knocking about. Them men does get smoked by men and look like men, so the taxi men better be careful. I ain't even Pedro. I spoke to a few men, and I'm telling you, the man was like, nah, they didn't work. Taxi men did not work. I mean, some did. Some went ahead and were too happy some were really happy about that job or the jobs, for whatever reason. They were very ecstatic about it, which is, that them business. Again, do what I want to do. Whatever you want to do. Y'all like that, right? Well, man. You can't say men with fake balloons. Oh, wait, Sean, you saw the video? I didn't even want to say that, man. Men with fake balloons. Look, man, I'm not even, like I said, man, whatever they want to do. That ain't an issue for nobody doing the thing, but don't do it wrong here. We got to stop this thing, man, Miss Martley. I know regardless of the position you tell yourself in, man, but the legacy, think about the legacy. The funny thing is, no pun intended, some things will not stand the test of time. Dudu, you're shady. I ain't being shady, man. That's just what it is. That is what it is, man. That's facts. We were never meant to follow. We were always leaders. That's right, of our own destiny, man. Facts. I'll tell you something, people. We look at Barbados right now. Where exactly is Barbados going? This thing with the education system, and that's what they want to touch on tonight, because we hearing this thing over and over and over. The reality is, look around, family. There is no one coming to rescue the people of this nation. There is no political party that is going to rescue the people of this nation. The nation has to rescue itself. They're gonna every time they come with a new law or not laws, they don't write laws, they do bills. They give you bills, things you have to pay for. Because you got to pay your bills, right? So they write bills, things that you pay for. Every bill takes something from you. Y'all didn't notice that? Every new bill takes something from you. There's a new bill coming for the elderly care. That bill is going to take all the land, title deed documents, inheritance, whatever, and put it in the care and custodial of the government, whether you have children or not. If they deem that your children cannot manage your situation, or your children might, abuse your situation, we'll take it from here. So the government will take charge of your estate. They will hire someone to manage the estate, and then you have to report to that person once a month or whatever in terms of what you're doing with the estate. Not saying that it may not have its place, because there's some folks who might be abusing things. I get that. But I guarantee you the biggest abuser of that will be the administrators, man. As always. Until they always rush to put these bills in place, but yet we can never get the right things corrected. How comes education ain't reform yet up to now? Because they have no desire to do so. I mean, remember Ronald Jones was talking this thing way back. Y'all remember that fella, Ronald Jones, the fella that, y'all remember that individual that claimed the youths have demons? You remember him? However long ago? You remember who was the Minister of Education before it was Ronald Jones? No, that's me being shady right there. Do y'all remember who was the Minister of Education before Ronald Jones? Be holding you to it, because we just be looking forward to the show and you just leave us hanging sometimes. Nah, I don't never leave you hanging. I don't never leave you hanging, family. That ain't no truth, man. I could understand you say I am not on that night, but I ain't leaving you hanging. I got over about maybe there's close to 400 programs on YouTube right now, politically incorrect. Unless you have seen every single one, then you could say I'm leaving you hanging. But if I'm not on here a particular night for whatever reason, by the way, yeah, for whatever reason, let me leave it at that. Because sometimes all kind of stuff happen. Y'all don't know why it's going to go through sometimes. My internet. Look, I can't tell you the amount of times I came home and find my internet line popped down. All the lines that they ever heard, but my line popped down on the ground, wrapped up in a roll. Like, you for real? Come on, man. A truck passed through and just so happened to have the right height to only reach my line. Like, so y'all don't even have a clue. I don't always come here and say stuff. I just deal with it. But if I know on the night, go back to the archives, man. In fact, go to the page. There's tons of videos. There's a lot to be discerned, man. Just go pick one out. Like, what? This looks interesting. You ain't hanging. I got you covered, family. But on a serious note, man, this thing right here, I think we have become beggars, man. We begging the minister. We begging for Mia Motley is a wicked woman. She's this, she's that. Get rid of her. Miss Motley doing what she's been hired to do. That's her job. She not making no decisions. We got to stop. She not making no decisions. Job, this goes up my Christian folks too. I coming for y'all tonight, man. Job never once blamed the devil. Y'all notice that? Despite what Job was going through, not even knowing the conversation that the devil had with God. Have you considered my servant Job? Yeah, but go ahead, go trouble him. Do what you gotta do. God gave the devil instructions on what to do to Job. Job never once blamed the devil. Never. Why? Because he grasped the fact that his faith was in the Most High. So if he found himself in a situation, it was God bringing him through something to show him something about himself, which he had to then manifest through his faithfulness to the end. The government ain't doing nothing to nobody. The administrators ain't doing nothing. They're doing their job. What we not doing is ours. We not doing what we're supposed to do. The Christians claim they got the Christian book. They waiting on Jesus. Jesus said the work till I come. Where's the work that they doing? Where the work at? Where the work? Show me one Christian society. Show me one Christian group in Barbados right now that out there consistently farming and feeding the people, or creating industries to manufacture clothes, to clothe their people, or developing schools for the sake of education. And I ain't talking about these private schools. Now we're talking about the children who can't afford to go to your fancy private school is what we're talking about. Giving back to the people with the tithe and offering as it ought to be given. Yeah, I know y'all ain't gonna like that. You might as well log off now because they got a lot more to say. But in fact, no, we on that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much, man. All I'm saying, family, is that we gotta stop the talking. We gotta stop talking this thing and put things in motion. The churches, but the church has something. The churches in Barbados have one of the most important roles in the upliftment of Barbados. Unfortunately, the churches in Barbados also have had the most important role in the decline of Barbados. Because the same key that locks the door is the same key that opens it. And until we grasp that reality and start to put that in motion, then we're going to find ourselves always looking to the administrators, trying to change one to the next, hoping for something better. If the shoe too small, it too small. It don't matter which shoe you put on first, the right foot or the left foot. If that size don't fit you, it gonna burn regardless, man. He said the monarchy at the top, then deity. Okay, well, actually, no, that ain't true, you know, Pedro. This is where we're gonna disagree. Because we used to think it was the monarchy at the top and then deity. But don't forget, what's the name? What's the name? The Magna Carta. Yeah, the Magna Carta. Signed on the duress. The church, the Pope, you gonna sign this. England don't run things. The power come from the Vatican, man. The monarchy, their monarchy, let me put it that way. It's who bowed to the Pope, man. Straight. And they said the money, man. Tell me, said not about here, then take them to, oh man, we're not even taking them to a lower court. Not about here, period. We ain't dealing with that. I mean, if it is that you're saying that that's your lifestyle and you live that, you ain't got to run around parade to push that on people. Nobody ain't got that. That's you know, that's your thing. That's your thing. I mean, let them function accordingly. You know, time longer than twine. Ain't no disrespect to nothing. It's just the reality. That's your thing. That's your thing. Ain't nobody got no problem with whatever. What you eat don't make nobody else fat. Simple. Ross, I heard in congressional hearing that some woman has, oh man. I don't know nothing about that, Pedro. You trying to do you too much, man. You too much. Destroy the soul, control the mind to do as told without question. That's it right there. That's it. How do you indoctrinate the people? You destroy the soul and control the mind and basically tell them what to do so they do not question anything. Nobody is knocking. See, this is the thing. These folks come here and they try to pomp a set and parade like this thing is like, come on. Man. So we gonna find out what's going on, man. I tell you. Yeah, crazy, Telma. Crazy. Jesus said occupied till I return. Well, you know, It depends on which Bible you're reading, man, because like I said, Christian church don't want to have that conversation. A lot of these so-called pastors and ministers, these folks are ordained. Let me tell you something, right? Go look that up. A lot of them are ordained, but in order to be ordained, you had to go to a seminar. You had to go to a seminar. And you go look up these seminars and look at the history of these seminars and who established these seminars and why they were established. It ain't got nothing to do with God. The power they say that's invested in them was given to them by the university for completing the PhD. That's the power they're referring to. So when they say by the power invested in me, that's what they're referring to. It's a money game. It's a money gang. That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with God. Nothing. Go look it up. Don't believe the Rasta man. I'm not saying that you ain't supposed to be responsible for what God has given you. I'm saying don't let these people fool you into thinking you need a minister in order for you to do the work, whether in the church or in the parliament. The only thing you need is to realize that you need you to realize that you can achieve things on your own. Collectively, respectively, successfully. Work together. Find who working with you. Find who working with you. And go from there. Straight up. Find your own, man. And work from there. I got to open this joint. Let me see if I use this one. What will happen?
Okay. We have a family.
Yeah. I had to put that right there on pause. He said, yes, it do. There are many gods, and money is a god to some. Look, I ain't. Folks think that Donald Trump is his savior. Donald Trump got a list of things he want to do, but he can't tell the folks at the bottom he coming for them. He need them to help him get rid of those at the top. So he got to keep that quiet. Once he get the top off, then you will see who next on the chopping block. Pam said, stay on the boat, do your thing. Vito Barbados. The church makes the beneficiaries rich. Man, sister said, find your tribe and start the work. Well, before you start the tribe, family, you got to first start the family. Because the tribe comes down the line. You got to first start with family. And in order to start with family, you got to first start with yourself. You got to start with yourself. You got to take time to know yourself on all levels. Recognize your foolishness. Be able to recognize your foolishness that you bring to the table, and that the Bible said, resist the devil, he'll flee from you. Resist. It's okay, you stumble, get up, brush off, and go again. And once you got your family sorted out, then you find your clan. Once you establish your clan, then you establish the tribes. Once you establish the tribes collectively, then you build a kingdom. And once you got all the kingdoms come together, then you got the empire. See, we don't understand we don't know the steps to take because we fail to recognize that we've been ignoring Ra for a while. We got to recognize that we have that divine power that dwells within us. That's what the youth need right now. You think like I saw one young guy, he said to the other guy, yo, that's my dog. Like, why you calling him a dog? I mean, I know where they get it from. They got it from social media and they got it from the videos, because that's where it came from. No one is just going to naturally refer to someone as a dog. Nah. But, if you spell it differently, it don't make a difference. Nobody hears spelling. Although you're being put on a spell, you hear the vibration of the word. So nobody's hearing the intonations and the word vowels pronunciations. Nobody's hearing that. They're hearing vibration. Dog is dog. You choose to spell it how you want to spell it. Dog is dog. Or youth don't get that. So you ask him, well, why not call him dog backwards? He said, what's that? I said, think about it. So he paused for a second. Yo, young fella. God? He seemed strange and bewildered, like he just discovered something. Had a Columbus moment. I said, yeah, call him God. Nah, man, I can't call he that. I said, you're telling me you would rather call your friend dog than call him God. How do you indoctrinate the people? You would rather call him a dog and justify it by telling me you spell it differently than call him God. How about call him God and spell it differently? I'm telling you, fam, we gotta save our youth, man. Like we gotta save them. You know, this evening I saw a bus that was parked and it looked like the windows were all broken out, smashed out, like somebody was throwing rocks, like big rocks, because those windows, big rocks, and it smashed them. One of those new buses at that. In fact, where the driver sat, that whole part was missing. I'm thinking to myself, why was maybe it was an accident. Maybe they threw it and it came over the wall and just happened to land at the bus and hit the bus a few times. I don't know. I wasn't there. Somebody said, man, we need prison for these young people, man. They want locking up. You know, as I hear that, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. Like, who said that? Like, wait, who said that? The solution to these issues with the youth isn't to lock them up. That's not the solution. In fact, that's part of the problem. But we ain't ready for that conversation, man. We ain't ready for that conversation. We did a program on Wednesday regarding anybody on here remember the program on Wednesday? Let me see who's been paying. Let me check the comments. Let me see who's been paying attention. Is anybody on here now that was on here on Wednesday? If y'all remember the program we had on Wednesday, what was it about? You know, let me see. In fact, I don't even want to say I got a shirt for somebody because, man, I still got shirts to deliver. Terrible, right? Well, actually, no, that ain't true because folks who contact me, link me, be linked, and they got theirs. You know, if you ain't get yours yet, you got to link me, man, because understand, I might be doing a million things. Just shout me, let me arrange, and therefore you can come on and, you know, put it on and take a picture and post it. That's what you could do, straight up. But who's been on here? Who's paying attention on? Who's paying attention? What I did not realize is that like I said, I got a lot of calls. I get calls, man, on a number of things that I do. And they're not always the best. In fact, sometimes folks be trying to call and roast me, man. I listen. Because I take it all in stride. You say, at least Trump knows what a woman is, and that is a joy. I mean, I think we all know what women are, man. We know who we are, family. You know what I mean? We know who we are, man. You know, if anybody is confused about who they are, understand that they have been indoctrinated to be confused because it's all indoctrination. It's all indoctrination. A cat born in an oven don't become a biscuit because you call it a biscuit. A cat that is born in an oven does not become a biscuit because you call it a biscuit. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. But the program we spoke about the other night dealt with the situation with the government and these ministers and stuff. That's, you know, and like I said, I get calls all the time. That's why I don't promote or not promote. We just have questions. The platform is called Politically Incorrect. You know, like I said, it started as a joke. Folks started calling, sharing their situations, and we just bring it to the people and we discuss it. You know, the bus stop conversation. And so that's what it's about. It's having a conversation. So anybody's free to come on. Of course, anybody don't always come on. Some come on and some don't. In reality, family, we got to take time to focus on our youth. We got to take time to recognize that we got to do more for our children. We got to take time to recognize that it's up to us to make a difference. Our children's lives are at stake. We have to find ways to help them recognize that all the things they're looking for, they already have. They are valuable. In fact, they're invaluable. They're the most precious commodity we have right now, the most precious resource we have right now. The most precious thing we can claim as ours right now is the youth. And we must save them and save the land, because without the land, the youth ain't gonna have nothing. What a good job at the new Hyatt Hotel, which is equivalent to the same Love Boat. Black Panther was a documentary. Understand that the rest will make sense as to how we got here. It's true. The movie Black Panther, it was a documentary. So understand that the rest will make sense how we got here. But I'm saying, Pam, it's time to restore that. We got to teach the youth their true power. We cannot wait. Look, today, a lot of schools had this thing called African, what they call it? African Awareness Day, which is the weirdest thing. I've always felt, I've been to schools before with the program, and always we would bring a message, a different message to the day. So from that standpoint, we being present, I knew that that was going to be different. But I am diametrically against this thing called African Day. Like, I mean, think about it. You convince children that on this day, they can dress up to be Africans. So what is it that we are psychologically telling them? By being able to dress up on this day, that they're Africans. Only on this day. So when tomorrow I take that outfit off, I'm no longer African. I'm only an African if I put on some Kent and some clothing as fabric that looks identical to those that are mostly worn in Africa. So I'm African today, I won't be one the day after, like, you know what I mean? Why don't we just teach them the truth about who they are? Therefore, you know, the illusion of African Day. It's funny because other cultures that go to our schools, they don't put on. I've seen several Muslim children come to school, and by the way, this is the thing though. For them, it's African Day. The Indian community in Barbados, this is a message to you. I know y'all watch it, well, maybe one or two. But how is it that you don't recognize our plight and what we went through as a people, notwithstanding you went through your own thing too with Britain? If it's African Day where you dress as an African when you come to school, why not dress your child in an African garment? In fact, you could still have the Muslim attire on. I'm not saying to you, don't represent your culture, but it's not a culture day. It is not a culture day. It's a day symbolic of Africa. So why don't you take your child, put on a kufi with African fabric, Kent, put on the whole pullover long shirt with African fabric and the pants to match. He will still have the style of your culture, but it would be more symbolic of ours, recognizing the plight we've been through, empathizing with us and what we have lost and what we are looking to regain as a people, because you have never lost your identity. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, y'all have never lost your identity. In your family, I out of here, man. I out of here, man. Because what time is it, man? We rolling. It's late, like 12 o'clock. What time is it, somebody? It was regarding the bank and our education, aka indoctrination. There you go. He said, I agree. It teaches victimhood. Exactly, Pedro. I cannot. And look, here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. The schools put on different programs to some degree, and they have little culture shows and stuff, and the children love it. They look absolutely gorgeous. I have not seen one school, not one of these schools that say, well, here we're going on. I'm going to petition to the Ministry of Education, whatever, transformation, whatever, indoctrination, and see if nothing else we can get maybe a crescent. We got Harrison College, Queens College. You got the Griffin for the Lodge School. We got everything representing everything but us. They didn't even say, well, look, let me put a Sankofa bird on the crest. And by the way, shout to St. Kofi University, by the way. Oh man. They didn't say let me put the epaulets to be some fabric from, because it's, let me say let me do something that directly reflects it on a daily basis to remind these young people they have a legacy, they have a heritage, they have a rich heritage. Let us not withstand the fact that, all right, so we quote unquote the slave thing, whatever they want to call it these days. But teach the children the truth, remind them, show them, so that they have a sense of pride that's it's based the fact that they stand on the shoulders, they overstand. I love it. They overstand that they stand on the shoulders of those who came before. They get it. They stand tall on the shoulders of all who came before them. Teach them the truth, man. Bank and education does not belong in the same sentence. If memory served me right, we were being insulted by Sandy Lane. You remember that? Oh man, don't even start me on that. Somebody said, oh, it's 11:11. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Been saying that now for weeks, all day, every day. In fact, I wow. Yeah, Pedro, I see it. Our ancestors that was close to slavery during segregation had businesses which were burnt down. How did they make that happen? That's my whole point, family. We could do this. I mean, we've been done it before. We could do it again. We've done this before. Why are we out here begging politicians? I don't have a problem with the administrators administrating their duties. That's what they're there for. Like I tell you, I'm going to issue with that. But if they're not right, somebody got to call it out and say, well, hold on a minute, Mr. Minister. I don't, in your suit and your collar. How come you never come on me corner? Yeah, everything we're going to. Nah. Accountability, family. Accountability. We have to hold ourselves accountable as well. Stop pointing fingers at Mia Motley. And yes, I what did it say? What did it tell me? I working for my shirt, my red t-shirt. This ain't got nothing to do with Miss Motley, man. I am happy. I am very happy. Quote me on this, family. I am glad that Miss Motley is Miss Motley. Tell her I said so, man. Miss Motley, when you get a chance, call me, man. Like I am happy for you. And I sincerely mean that. We'd like to have a conversation on politically incorrect. When you get a chance, come let me talk, man. Straight up. I am so grateful for Miss Motley, not even funny. Straight up. Straight up, man. Happy for Miss Motley, man. Y'all could quote me on that. Don't say things I have not said. Don't run. Quote me on that. Emmanuel said on Politically Incorrect that he's very happy for Miss Motley. I'm happy for her, man. Wait, hold on, Pedro. It seems derogation has changed the version of the ancestors had. Well, I don't think it changed. I don't think it was changed. I think they were intimidated by it, perhaps. I think that intimidation is what led some of our own folks to succumb to the indoctrination and therefore try to convince others that it's best to go this route, like Rosa Parks. And don't get me wrong, I don't agree with Rosa Parks. I agree that we should stand up, though. I agree. But I did not agree with what Miss Rosa Parks did because we already had buses. She had no right. Well, let me rephrase that. She didn't have no reason really to go and sit on the bus, the bus to force the man to, call the police and the whole big thing. She could have taken one of the black buses though. We had our own carpool and stuff. She did not have to get on that bus and make that whole. I think that was a false flag, man. That's my 2 cents, man. I believe we were always in a spiritual war and we were prisoners of war on our own lands. Facts. You too clever for a t-shirt. Land maybe. He said, I just say too clever for a t-shirt. Nah, I ain't petitioning Miss Motley for anything, man. I'm just saying because if Miss Motley was not doing the things she were doing, Barbadians, the ones that are now out there talking finally about real issues, wouldn't be talking. Facts. Facts. Rastafari been saying this from the inception. From the inceptions, enough ridicule, enough man get put in prison, enough man, all kind of things happen to Rastafari as a liberty. Man, woman, and children in school and getting abused by the system. Teachers want to cut off youth's locks and all kind of nonsense. These are things that happen to the people. People lost their families in this cannabis so-called industry that they got out here now. Men still locked up in prison. Youth still getting arrested. Let me talk facts. So if she wasn't doing all these things, folks ain't touching certain topics. I realize that too, but we ain't gonna die in the issue. You can only do what your heart bid you to do. My point is that suddenly a lot of folks have a lot to say. I am happy to see that finally, because we've been blowing this trumpet for God knows how long. So if Miss Motley wasn't Miss Motley, true to who she is, folks would still be sleeping. Miss Motley is the Caribbean Trump, or the Barbados Trump, by the way. She has the Trump card. She done woke folks out of bed. Keep ringing the bell, Miss Motley. Keep doing your thing, man. Till we get more folks on their feet. Maybe then we'll get the Barbados that Barbados truly deserve. So keep up the good work, Miss Motley. Keep it up, man. May power rest in power. Facts. Yeah, brethren, that one right there, man. Yeah, child. Brother could have catch the black bus. That's my whole point. I mean, what you doing? What you doing on that? What you doing, Rosa? What you doing? And that's recognizing that we have a false sense of what progress is. Progress is whatever they tell us it is, man. And Jackie said it before, indoctrination. Those that look, Jackie, here you go again. Those that look like us are not with us or for us. Recognize Judas. Serious, man. More like Obama. We need to stand as one. Surely agree. Well, that's what it is, family. That's what it is, man. And like I said, we got to realize, how do you indoctrinate the people? You broadcast the same thing over and over and keep them confused, man. All the distractions, the whole ship. We need to focus, family, on what we need to do to help each other. Focus on family, focus on your clan, focus on your tribe, focus on your kingdom, focus on restoring the empire throughout the region and by extension. Family don't always mean king folk, man. Skin folk and always kin folk. You know it is. But those that resonate at your level, man. We all go through things. Let me fix it, family, and move forward, man. Move forward. That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, I don't want to, like I said, I know it's late and I was here earlier having back and forth conversation with one of my little princess. Princess not well. Princess has what appears to be a viral infection. So normally she's bunks right back, but this one seemed to be a bit more, I don't know. I don't normally share my personals on here. Y'all would know that already. So if I'm saying this is something that's obviously a bit or seemingly a bit serious. And so been just giving her a good energy and pouring into her all evening as best I could. So, but I decided I just going to take a break to come and share with the family and then share my thoughts on this whole indoctrination thing, man. So I will for y'all a good evening. I will for y'all peace within yourself, the ability then to know yourself, look into yourself, rise to the occasion. Because in this season, we need the resurrection of the family, the restoration of the family, the liberation of the family, for the destiny and the longevity of the family. It's our legacy, so that's where we at, man. So that's where we at. What they don't tell us is that Rosa Parks was mulatto. She would not have taken the black bus willingly because prior to that situation, she did not consider herself as black until she was refused. Oh, stop playing, man. Look, the role of the mulatto was to destroy black civilization. Like that was good. Thank God that all of them are not like that. So we gotta love our brothers and sisters equally. We also gotta realize that in this day and age, it's not even about white or black no more here. It's about energy. It's about energy, man. You gotta spot the energy. That's all I'm telling you. But that was crazy, man. They're smart, very smart. They don't want us having collateral. They want us begging for social handouts. Yeah, of course. Once your hand is out, you ain't working, Pedro. Because if you was working, you ain't got no time to keep your hand out. You're working your tools, you're applying your trade, you're perfecting your craft as a craft man, a man of craft, using your tools, the compass, the square, the mortar board. As a mason, you're building accurate and plumb level. Yeah, give thanks, man. Give thanks, man, for the energy and the synergy. You know what I mean? Yeah, family. We gonna listen. I look forward to next. I got some surprises next week though. I can't really say no. Please bear with me, but I definitely got some surprises next week for y'all. For sure. Kind of looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, yo. Bishai, shout me forward for a slight in connection with the plans for next week. Let me do this thing, family. But my brother, my young brother, young prince, young king, power. In fact, I'm gonna play this clip. I'm playing this because I was feeling the energy of this particular brother right here today when he did what he did. And let me go ahead and play this one. Let me play. I'm gonna play this video. I hope I could play it of young Ramon transition. Yeah, it was about the energy. Even though as I say that, I don't even know if I should, man. Like I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. For power, man, just for power. This is a must. This is a must. Just for power. Let me see if I got that one and then that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I want to play this clip here for my brother. Hope that I can hold it together. Yeah, man. I might, yeah, I can already tell, man. This is just, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to share this with you. I want to share this with you. I'm glad that this young man wasn't indoctrinated, man. He saw the light and made an attempt to share this with everybody he came in contact with. You know, for sure. For Ramon, man. I don't know how to make this full screen, but how do I make this full? I don't even know how to make this full screen. I hope y'all can see it. All right. Yeah, my delay is me delaying. That's just me.
Alex, you want to
Yeah. We give thanks, 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 you know what I mean? For Ramon, man, that's just crazy. It's just crazy, it's just crazy. I want to thank all the other young soldiers, man, that represented for him as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of energy. I mean, it was so much energy, like so much energy. You can there's so much energy. This is how Ramon lived his life, man. For his people and his friends and his family. Just for Ramon, man. It's all energy. It's all energy. It's all energy. Those who have eyes to see, let them see, man. I'm gonna stop that right there though. But just to show you, man, it's all energy, family. And they expressed it how they could, they pain. Sure. Anyhow, family. We out, man. You know what I mean? At least the last the first Empress was there, Menon is the one perfect balance, man. And that's what's up, man. For Ramon.